In this video, I will give you a step-by-step instructions on how the construction of the collegiate mitten goes. First of all, you start down here at the cuff, and the cuff is actually knit in the flat. You don't use your double points until you join up here. The cuff is knit back and forth, either on straights or circulars, size 2, and you'll first cast on in your contrasting color and do one row in a 1x1 rib in the contrast color, and where specified in the pattern, you do 2 purl in the contrast color to start out your stripes. As I came back with the contrast color in the rib stitch, I attached actually my skein of yarn on this stripe, continued on in my 1x1 rib, and attached this, just a little butterfly bobbin I made to do your second stripe. And just follow the pattern as it states, and you'll just be doing a little faux I-cord with the contrast colors up the side, which of course the end result is a mitten that's got a stripe all the way around. I've worked my cuff far enough that I even have my little buttonhole, my first buttonhole in, and that's just a very basic buttonhole where you cast off 2 stitches, and then as you come back over those 2 stitches, you cast on 2 more stitches. So that's a very simple little buttonhole. And now the only thing that's unusual about this cuff is putting in your faux I-cord. Okay, I'm coming on the wrong side row, coming up to the 2 faux I-cord stitches in the contrast color. I've done my last black stitch. Now I'm going to pull my black in front and just lay it over my contrast color. And what this does is it tacks down that faux I-cord. And I'm going to do my 2 purls in my contrast color, drop my contrast color, pull my black back around, and then continue in my 1x1 rib. Okay, now we're on the right side of our work, coming up to our faux I-cord, and we'll do 1x1 rib. We'll do a knit and now purl, and again we need to be able to tack this I-cord down, so we're going to lay our black on top of our gold, pick up our gold and knit our 2 stitches, drop our gold, pick up our black, and then begin our I-cord, begin our 1x1 rib across to the next. So we're ending on a right side row. We're at 3 inches. We'll turn our work and bind off 4 stitches on the wrong side row. Once these 4 stitches are bound off, we'll continue with this row in pattern to the end. Okay, we've completed that row. Now we're going to turn and we're going to bind off 8 stitches on our right side row, which is in the panel of the buttonholes. And we're going to bind off these 8 stitches. We're heading back this way. So we'll bind off 8 and then continue to the end. We'll bind off for 8 stitches and continue with the cuff to the end, and now we'll have 54 stitches will be remaining. After binding off my first 8 stitches on the top of my cuff here, I'm going to take that remaining stitch off of my size 2s and I'm going to put it on my larger size 3 double point and knit across the top of the cuff all the way across the 54 remaining stitches, and of course keeping in pattern with the faux cord. Once you have knit across the top of your cuff after you've joined in the round, when you come to your first contrast color I-cord. You will knit one of the stitches in the contrast color, and now you'll place a marker because you will now begin, this is your new beginning, and you will start your motif here. I attached, when I began my I-cord, I attached my ball of yarn. So now I am ready to start knitting the two colors together in the round in Fair Isle. And I can break off my bobbin that I used over here with this other stripe. I can break that off and then weave it in later. But I'm going to, with this mitten, with the Idaho mitten, right away, this of course is the left side mitten, and we're doing the right side, so our stripes are off it. Once we finish the cuff and we join in the round, you can then drop your bobbins and just use your main color and carry it all the way around, doing Fair Isle and the sides, and then the palm of your mitten.